Hello everybody, my name is Shyan, and if you are new here, this channel is all about tech, productivity, self-care, and self-indulgence every now and again. So today I am really excited to bring you guys a comparison video between the Rocketbook and the iPad. So let's dive right in. You guys a little bit of background. I've had my iPad for 2 to 3 years now, and then I've just gotten the Rocketbook around 2 weeks ago, and I've been trying it, so I think I can give you guys a thorough comparison. Okay, so let's start off with what the Rocketbook even is. I have two right here. So the Rocketbook is basically a notebook, and it has a special kind of paper on it, and you also get a Frixion pen in the box as well as a cleaning cloth. And you can write only with these Frixion pens, and then you can erase the pen with this dampened. So you dampen this and then you can wipe anything away. So it is reusable. It's kind of like a whiteboard, but it does not budge, so you can only erase it with a dampened cloth. And then I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with what an iPad is, so I'm going to dive right into the comparison. So the Rocketbook can run you $35 for the smaller one and then $37 for this bigger one, but you can always catch a sale. Like, I got both of mine for around $25 a piece. Next, we have the iPad, which is usually $329, but during the holidays, it's usually on sale, and I got mine for $250, and the Apple Pencil is $100, and the app to take notes, which is GoodNotes, is around $10. Both of these are alternatives to paper, and a lot of you guys want to know, how does it feel? Does it feel paper-like? So with the iPad, I do not have a screen protector or anything, and it feels normal to me. It feels like handwriting. Of course, it doesn't feel like pen and paper, but I feel like I still get the benefits of handwriting itself. And the Rocketbook actually also doesn't feel like paper. It's very smooth of a surface, so it doesn't really feel like a pencil and paper. It did take me a while to adjust to both of these, but I think after the little adjustment period of maybe like a day or two, I really love the feel of both of them. Next, I want to talk about paper options for both of these. So the Rocketbook comes with a few options. This one is the Panda Planner, so it has templates of a planner inside. I did a dedicated video on this, so if you want to get more of a sneak peek to the inside, go ahead and click up here or down below. And it also comes in different variations. For example, this is the Fusion one, and this one has a few templates in the front, but it just has like lined and dot grid pages in the back of it. So these are like the types of templates you can expect with the Rocketbook. And for the Rocketbook, you can also create your own templates by writing in it with a Sharpie, and then when you wipe away the Frixion ink, since the Sharpie is a permanent marker, that will stay there. So a lot of people do that in order to create their own templates if they don't like the pre-designed ones. Next, we have the iPad, and it comes with basically every paper you can imagine. In GoodNotes, it comes with every color. I really like to use the grid version, and you can have as many templates as you like. You can create your own in Canva, download some, whatever you need. So I know a lot of you guys might be looking at the two for classes. So I have been using my iPad for 2 to 3 years, mainly for class, and I really love this thing. I love that it's every pen color I can imagine, every highlighter color, but what's most important to me is that I'm a very visual learner, so I like to actually download the professor's PowerPoints and then format them. I actually have a video of how I format it, so go ahead and check it out up above. And I really like to put the PowerPoint into GoodNotes and then write on it that way. That way you have to write less and it's more concise. And I also like that I can take pictures of a lecture and then airdrop them to my iPad directly into my notes. So if you're a visual learner, I found that that method is the most important to me, and that's why I love using this iPad for class. I also think that the iPad can be like a laptop replacement in my opinion, so it's very much lighter in your backpack and it's something that I really enjoy. Next, we have the Rocketbook, and I personally don't use this for class. I really like it as an ideation notebook. Any ideas that I have, for example for YouTube, I like writing them down and really getting my thoughts out on paper, or if I'm watching a movie, and I want to take notes on it, I like to do it in here. I haven't personally used it for class. Something that I do recommend is that when you scan it in through the Rocketbook app, to scan it into OneNote. And then you can create different sections in OneNote, because I think one trouble that I would have using is that there aren't sections for each class. So I think you can use a page and write it for class, use the next page for another class, but when you upload them into OneNote, you can sort them by classes. So it doesn't have to be synchronous in here, but in OneNote you can make it synchronous with each class. So I'm thinking that if you are going to use this for class, to upload it that way, because you also have to wipe this notebook clean every 30 days for it to not get stained. And the last point I want to mention before I tell you guys my final opinion is if left-handers could use this. Now I write with my right hand, but I do want to tell you guys, if you do write on a Rocketbook with your left hand, the ink does not dry immediately. So if you do drag your hand across, it will smear. So I think if you are writing at an upwards angle with your left hand, you'll be fine because you won't drag. But if you write like this, like straight across, or even with it angled up, I think you have a problem with it smearing. So definitely just look at how you write and then make your decision based off of that, because the ink does take a few seconds to dry. Alright you guys, so now I want to tell you guys my final opinions. And in some of the reviews that I've seen, these two were compared based on price, and I don't really think that it's fair to compare the two on price, because the Rocketbook's main focus is really note-taking, whereas this iPad is for note-taking, but it's also for photo editing, it's for YouTube watching, Netflix watching, creating your own templates in Canva, designing, Photoshop, and all these things. So I don't think that these two can be compared based on solely note-taking. Therefore, I think that these two are companions, because for me, the iPad is more than note-taking. Yes, that is the main reason why I bought it, but I do so much more on here. But the Rocketbook, I really love the simplicity of it just being one thing and not having digital distractions. Next, I want to mention a point that's a little funny. It's that with the iPad, you either have linear scrolling or page-to-page scrolling. But at one time, you really only see one page. And something that I really miss, which is gonna sound super silly, but maybe some of you guys can relate, is that I miss flipping through pages. I miss being able to look, oh, what did I write here, and base what I'm writing now, versus having to scroll so much. So that was actually one of the main reasons why I bought a Rocketbook, for when I have ideas that need to be able to be looked back on. So yeah, I just really miss the feel of being able to flip a page and look back at another page in order to inspire a new idea on another one. So that is the main thing that I love about the Rocketbook. I love that I can flip the pages and see what I wrote, and then after 30 days I do have to wipe it clean and upload it to the cloud. And I think after 30 days, you know, you don't need to flip back to a page. It's more like about the recent stuff. So that is the main reason that I love the Rocketbook a lot. I also really like the simplicity of the Rocketbooks, because they can house multiple subjects, not as in school subjects, but any idea subjects. And what I found with the iPad is sometimes I create a notebook for this, a notebook for that, and then I'll never go back and look at them. And this way, by being able to flip the pages and kind of look through, you're re-inspired by what happened in the past 30 days. Whereas the iPad, I have some notebooks that I haven't opened in forever. So it also kind of helps with the digital detox, and by being on the Rocketbook, you're just, you know, you and your thoughts. And then if you're on an iPad, it's kind of easy to get distracted, and then it's even worse like on a phone, of course. But the Rocketbook just really gives you like a digital detox. I like to write in the morning and just kind of, it's just me and my thoughts rather than me and everyone's thoughts on the internet. I really don't want to tell you guys go with this one or go with that one. I do think that the Rocketbook can be replaced by the iPad, and the iPad can't fully be replaced by the Rocketbook. But I think they are great companions, and they can't be compared, because while they are the same in the note-taking category, there is so many other factors that factor in you buying an iPad versus you buying a Rocketbook. I think they have similar objectives, but they are quite different. If you do have an iPad already, I think the Rocketbook is a great addition, especially with the flipping pages aspect. But But of course, you know, make your own decision and let me know down below which one you're choosing, if it is the iPad or the Rocketbook. I'm really curious, or both, like me. They both help me in their individual ways, and I can't wait to hear what you guys use. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, any other reviews will be linked down below, and I'll see y'all later. Bye y'all.